Pennsylvania, a state known for its historic battlegrounds, colonial architecture, Amish farmlands, and deep forests. But hidden within that rich history is a much darker truth, a paranormal legacy spanning centuries. Join us as we count down the top 10 most haunted places in Pennsylvania. Number 10, the JeanBonnet Tavern, Bedford. We start our journey in the quiet town of Bedford, where one of the oldest taverns in America still stands and still watches. The JeanBonnet Tavern, built in the 1760s, is filled with rustic charm and restless spirits. Legend says that during the French and Indian War, a man accused of treason was hanged from a beam in the basement, and ever since, guests have reported strange cold spots, glasses moving by themselves, and the strong scent of pipe tobacco lingering in empty rooms. Some have even seen a ghostly man in colonial attire standing by the fireplace, only to vanish when approached. Today, it's a functioning inn and restaurant, but if you book a room here, don't be surprised if someone knocks on your door around midnight and no one is there. Number 9, the General Waykne Inn, Marion Station. Next, we head to the Philadelphia suburbs, where the General Waykne Inn has been standing since 1704, making it one of the oldest continuously operating inns in America. It's named after General Mad Anthony Wayne, a Revolutionary War hero who may still be stopping by. Guests and employees have reported ghostly soldiers, objects moving on their own, and whispers in the dead of night. Even Edgar Allan Poe dined here, and some claim to have seen his spirit writing in the corner of the dining room. In 1996, a tragic murder occurred inside the inn, adding another layer of darkness. Though it's now home to private offices, many claim the spirits never got the memo. Number 8, Pennhurst Asylum, Spring City. Abandoned corridors, echoes of suffering, and a history the state would rather forget. This is Pennhurst Asylum, once known as the Eastern Pennsylvania State Institution for the Feeble-Minded and Epileptic. Opened in 1908, the institution was a place of horror for many of its patients. Abuse, neglect, and isolation were common. Children and adults alike were locked away, often for life. It was finally shut down in 1987 after damning investigations, but the trauma left behind never left. Visitors have reported hearing screams and cries echoing through empty hallways. Paranormal teams have recorded unexplained voices, slamming doors, and figures darting through the shadows. Some staff even refuse to enter certain buildings after dark, especially the Mayflower Hall, believed to be the most active with angry, confused spirits. Number 7, Eastern State Penitentiary, Philadelphia. Once the most famous and most feared prison in the world, Eastern State Penitentiary in Philadelphia was a revolutionary institution when it opened in 1829. It introduced the concept of solitary confinement, but the psychological effects were devastating. Prisoners lived in silence, many went insane, some died mysteriously, others simply vanished. Al Capone himself served time here and claimed he was haunted by the ghost of a man he had killed. To this day, tourists report hearing whispers, crying, and laughter coming from locked cells. Cell Block 12 is especially infamous for shadowy figures and echoing footsteps. Number 6, the Devil's Den, Gettysburg. We now travel to the site of one of the most haunted battlefields in America, Gettysburg. Over 50,000 soldiers were killed, wounded, or missing after the three-day bloodbath in 1863, and many believe the spirits of the dead never left. One of the most notorious locations on the battlefield is the Devil's Den, a rocky, natural outcropping where brutal hand-to-hand combat took place. People report seeing full-bodied apparitions of Civil War soldiers, often in uniform, pacing the rocks, pointing, then disappearing. Some photographers report their pictures being erased or distorted here, especially when trying to capture images of a certain barefoot soldier who's often seen and described by multiple witnesses, even years apart. Number 5, Bubes Brewery, Mount Joy. Not all hauntings happen in hospitals and battlefields. Sometimes they take place under your feet, literally. In Mount Joy, Bubes Brewery is a fully functioning restaurant, bar, and event space, with a haunted catacomb system below. Staff report shadowy figures moving across the dining room when it's closed. Glasses fall, doors slam, and guests sometimes hear whispering from the dark corners of the brewery's underground tunnels. The old Victorian hotel attached to the brewery has rooms that guests refuse to stay in, especially room 7, where a woman reportedly took her life. Her spirit may still linger, searching for peace. Number 4, the Betsy Ross House, Philadelphia. Tourists flock to the Betsy Ross House to honor the woman who designed the first American flag, but many walk away with more than just patriotism. Visitors claim to hear sobbing and whispering from the upper floors, shadows move in the corners of the rooms, and staff often feel a sudden icy presence while locking up at night. Some believe it's Betsy herself. Others think it may be one of the many whom died in the home over the centuries. Either way, something still stirs behind those colonial walls. Number 3. Hll View Manor, Newcastle. Located in western Pennsylvania, Hll View Manor is one of the most active paranormal sites in the state. Originally a poorhouse in the 1920s, it was later turned into a nursing home until it shut down in 2004. Since then, it's become a magnet for ghost hunters. Voices echo through empty hallways, shadows drift through walls, people claim to be pushed, scratched, and touched by invisible hands. One of the most reported spirits is a little boy named Jeffrey. Toys move in the hall when no one's around, and sometimes his laughter can be heard echoing through the darkness. Number 2. Gettysburg College, Gettysburg. Back in Gettysburg, Gettysburg College may look like your average campus, but it was once a Civil War hospital. Students and staff have reported terrifying experiences, particularly in Pennsylvania Hall. Some have claimed to descend the elevator only to find themselves on a floor that no longer exists, face to face with a Civil War-era operating room covered in blood. Others hear marching, screaming, or see men in uniform walking through halls. It's not just a school, it's a battlefield that refuses to forget. Number 1. The Seven Gates of Hell, York County. Topping our list is one of Pennsylvania's most disturbing and mysterious urban legends, the Seven Gates of Hell in York County. There are many versions of this story, but most agree if you pass through all 7 gates only visible at night, you'll be transported to hell itself. Some say the gates were built on the site of a burned-down insane asylum. Others claim they were used in occult rituals, but everyone agrees. Weird things happen here. People report glowing eyes in the trees, screams in the woods. Many never make it past the 3rd or 4th gate, and no one can prove they've passed the 7th. Would you dare to try? From cursed battlefields and haunted asylums, these were the top 10 most haunted places in Pennsylvania. Would you dare to visit any of these places? Drop a like and comment down below, and subscribe and hit that notification bell for more cool 10s. See you next time.